So I wanted to talk about feminism undervaluing motherhood and just being a mom and undervaluing family. In today's society, all I hear is like, don't think about having kids until you're 30, and everybody keeps like putting off motherhood like oh, you can do that later in life, no big deal type of thing. And I just don't agree. I think it would be beneficial for everybody if that narrative stopped, because it's well, first of all, I just feel like all the women are angry because they have to now go to work and have this career and try to make more than a man and all that kind of stuff. And yes, like you hear like, oh, well, that's my choice. I want to do that. I want a career. I want a job. I don't want to be at home. I want to, live a corporate lifestyle and everything like that. Which, like, okay, yeah, like people say that, but truly deep down in their hearts, do they really want that? Like, I don't know. Because women biologically, we're the one who bear the children. We are literally able to give birth to a human being, and that connects us to our human beings so much. And to me, it's like, well, why would you want to put that off? Because like, motherhood is just a gift in general, and it's like everybody's telling God, like, no, we don't need that gift. And it's like, no, that's literally what makes, it's like, if you think about it, it's kind of like what makes the world go round. Because if we weren't able to have children, well, then our society would just cease. We would all cease to exist. So, well, that's one point. But another point is like, if you wait until you're 30 to start thinking about having kids, well, there's only so many eggs you have, and there's only so many eggs each woman has. And as you get older, your eggs start to deplete, and then the older you get, the less chance it is for you to have quality eggs. Like, first you need to have enough eggs, and then your eggs need to be able to fertilize, and then your body has to be able to carry a child for 9 months, and then you have to be able to deliver it and then take care of it. Like, and all of those, like, there's so many risks that come with having a child later in life, and a lot of those risks would be like a fraction of what they are when you're in your early 20s. Like, when you're in your early 20s, you are most fertile. You have the less possible chance for miscarriage and just complications going on with the pregnancy. And then once you have your baby, your body will snap right back into place like that, because you're still young. And like, who wouldn't want that? Like, everybody says like, oh, well, I love me for me and whatever, but like, who wouldn't want their body to go back to how it was before giving birth? Like, if you say you don't care, you're lying. Like, sorry. And it's better for the female body to have kids young. And then even beyond that, once you have a child, if your husband is working and you have a career as well, who's going to take care of the baby? Who's going to raise the kids? Who's going to take care of the family at home? Like, you're gonna go send your kid off to a daycare or whoever to watch after your child, to basically raise your child. So in other words, it's like you're not even raising your child yourself. And then people wonder why our world has so many problems, and people wonder why children have like abandonment issues, and like I know there's like, you know, like true like major abandonment issues, but even so, I feel like sending your kid off to another person during the day could probably add to children's abandonment issues, or maybe their ability to connect with their parents, or you know, maybe they end up not wanting to listen to their parent. Maybe they become like a rebel because they're used to listening to somebody else throughout the day. Like I just feel like there's so many issues with sending your kids off to be raised by another person all day long, most days of the week. And then it's like you get home from work, and then do you have energy to tend to your kids? Do you have the energy to give them the love, attention, and affection that kids need? Like, I highly doubt it. Like, when I come home from work after a full 8-hour day, I'm exhausted. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like, no, just let me have my time, give me my peace, and that's all I want to do for the rest of the night, or for at least a couple of hours. And when you have children, like we all know, kids are a handful, and like you don't have any time off when you have children. Children are a non-stop thing, so you literally need energy non-stop to be able to tend to them. And then like tending to them is one thing, but giving them the love and affection that children need to be able to develop well. Like for example, this is kind of personal, but for example, my mom, she was home during the week. She was home during the week. She took us to school. She brought us home. She made us dinner, helped us with our homework, all of that. But as the older I get, the more I realize that, yes, she was able to do all of those things, and I'm so grateful that she was able to do all of those things for me. But also, the older I get, it kind of felt like she was also just kind of doing her job as a mom, and not necessarily being like that nurturing, loving, gentle, sweet mom, you know? And I think all kids need that, not just me. I think everybody needs that, and I just feel like everybody would be so much happier if they had that. Like, both parents would be happier, the kids would be happier, they would develop better, they would have less like emotional issues as they go through like adolescence and even older. Like, everything would just be better. And then if you do value motherhood and you don't put it off, I just feel like you're just going to have so much of a happier life. You're going to be so less stressed. Like, if you think about, you know, how families operated back in the day, back in like the 50s, let's say, and, you know, the man went to work, the woman was at home, she was a homemaker, she tended to the home and took care of the kids, and she was able to serve her husband as well. And like, yeah, of course there's going to be a rotten apple here and there, but not all of it are, not every apple is a rotten apple. And it's like, if you think about how much less stress there was back in the day when families operated like that in that traditional household, it's like, why wouldn't you go towards that, you know? Like, why would you choose a life of stress and unhappiness and trying to figure out like, oh no, you know, do we have a babysitter? I have to go into work. Or are you able to pick up the kids because I have to stay late at work? Or, oh, I can't go to the soccer game because I have to be at work, or like whatever the case may be. Like, there should always be a parent for that. And if you specifically separate like the roles, it becomes so much easier, because then it's like, okay, while the man's at work, the woman, she takes the kids to school, she gets them ready for school, she takes them to school, she tends to the home throughout the day, like it's a full-time job. She tends to the home throughout the day, she picks them up from school, helps them with their homework, and then cleans and she makes dinner and then she cleans up after dinner and then she, and then they have family time and then she helps the kids get ready for bed and then that's the whole day. Meanwhile, the man is at work doing all of the stressful work tasks that women are, they're honestly, we're just not biologically built to work. We're not biologically built to handle so much stress and so much fatigue and just so much going on all at once, like logically. We're just not built that way. Women are emotional creatures. Just embrace the emotions and learn how to use them to your advantage. Learn how to use the nurturing side of yourself to your advantage. We don't have to be like men. Men are built more logically for a purpose. Let them go to work. Let the men be men. Let them go to work. Let your man be the breadwinner of the household and let him, bring home the bacon and put food on the table for you, put a roof over your head. And it's not like you're just saying, gimme, 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 gimme. Like, you're doing your part too. All of the womanly tasks that I just listed, that's all motherhood related things. But that's also a way to serve your husband, just as your husband would serve you, in a sense of, he would serve, not necessarily serve you, but provide for you and your family. And for him providing for you, you serve him. And it just works. And yes, a man likes to be in charge. They like to take the lead. They like to be the breadwinner. They like to protect. They naturally like to do all of those things. So let them thrive. Women naturally like to be more emotional. We like to organize, to cook, to clean, to take care of kids. Name one woman that's kids gross, completely altogether. Every woman I know sees a baby and they're like, oh my gosh, it's like a baby. Just like how we are with puppies. It's the same thing. That's just naturally in us because that's what we're built for. So just embrace what we're built for. Stop trying to go against nature, because nature is always going to win. Mother Nature is undefeatable. It's always going to win. God is undefeatable. He's always going to win. He has the most control over us. So just embrace the control. Give the control up and just live how we were meant to live. Just live how we were built to live. Of course, I'm not saying we don't I don't think we should go back to living completely how it was, 70 years ago. However, there's still a lot of good that was in homes and lifestyles 70 years ago. And if you think about it, over the whole course of time, 70 years ago is not that long of a time period ago. So it's not we don't need to be a completely different society as it was 70 years ago. There was so much good. There was so much good, so much happiness. You look back at pictures of everybody and everybody's happy. Gee, I wonder why. I just feel our society nowadays, specifically feminism, undervalues motherhood. They undervalue motherhood and put up the career life up on a pedestal. Why? Because a man can do it? Yeah, a man can do that, but that doesn't mean that we need to do that as well, because our job as women is just as important as their jobs as men. So, with that being said, please, let's stop undervaluing motherhood. And I don't know if there's other videos out there like this, but I just wanted to put this out there because I feel like nobody talks about this because, it's feminism rules and that's it. No. Also, not everybody needs to live by feminism. And, feminism says, yes, let women do whatever they want. Yes, so let me do whatever I want. Don't hate on me for having specific values and beliefs and views of the world, because that's what feminism is all about, right? Letting women do what they want to do. Well, like, I'm a woman and this is what I want to talk about. So if anybody hates on me and you're a feminist, well, you're kind of contradicting yourself, so good luck. And with that being said, I feel a lot better that I got this off my chest, and I hope that this message gets to somebody out there, so more people can realize what's happening in the world. And if you got something from this video, please like it, share it to somebody that you think needs to hear it, or you think it may be helpful to somebody. And subscribe, please. It'll help me out, and yeah, we can be online friends. TTFN.